welcome to Valley Spotlight and Mike Case. Welcome to our home, finally.
Extreme Home Edition. We're not kidding around. Yeah, I finally got to go to see Lauren's house, Lauren and Fred's house.
I figured that would be a good reason to sit on the porch.
Absolutely.
The only way I can get him to come hang out with me is if it's work-related these days. So here we are. Here we
Don't
are.
get invited anymore.
Oh, we have such a wonderful show for you, and that's not true. We have a wonderful show for you in so many different aspects. Again, another local business that is solving problems and doing weird stuff. I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
And a local business that's expanding because things were going so well.
You don't hear that often.
No, you don't. And
No.
so I wanted to introduce you to the good folks.
Here's
Molly's
Molly.
here. I didn't realize she was part of the show.
She's a beauty queen. You
Yeah.
guys go way back.
I know, we do.
I know.
Cutie. I have a little thing for beagles. I can't help it.
Yes, he does.
I can't help it.
Big stinky.
Anyhow,
All right,
in
so-
Austintown at the Harley-Davidson dealership, a lot of people don't know there's a brewery in there and a place where you can sit down and have a drink.
And now
It's been so successful that they had to move it and make it bigger and better. And we talked to the guy behind it who kind of just built the business and actually built the place himself. Welcome to Biker Brewhouse right here in Austintown. Larry Wilson is with me, and it's really cool to meet creative people that kind of follow their passion and things like that. And Larry's done that. Thanks for joining us today. It's so
Thanks
cool.
for having us.
Yeah, let's talk about the old place. If you're not familiar, there was a bar in the Harley-Davidson dealership in Austintown, right?
Yes.
And you had a lot to do with that.
Yes.
You
Yes.
were working as a Harley-Davidson salesperson, right?
That's correct.
Are you still doing that?
I still am. Yes. On the side. Yeah.
So tell me how the bar got started over there first.
Okay. So it's a long story, but we'll get
You'll
there.
put a nugget to
Yeah.
it.
So in 2014, I relocated to the area. Right. Started brewing beer, and I'd bring it in for the guys to be guinea pigs, and they said, "Man, you should look into selling this." So looking into selling it I needed a commercial address. So at that same time, the owner was looking for us to build, myself, because of the building background, to build a lounge for the customers with no alcohol in mind. So with that, the alcohol kind of came and said, hey, he's making good beer, he needs a commercial address.
Right.
He was so leading edge on, let's put it in there, because we are the only one in the nation that actually has a microbrewery inside the dealership.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah. What do the bikers say, or what do people say when they come in and they see the bar and things like that, even if when it was in the old place?
They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. Every biker that comes from out of town, because we've had bikers from coast to coast come in and say, why can't my dealership have this?
I believe that. And then fast forward to when you decided we need to expand, we need to get a place like this.
Okay, so the demand was really starting to grow, and we had to look at making more beer. And as small as the old place was, we couldn't really expand to meet the demand of our product. So we started looking at other avenues. Do we move it out of here? Do we keep a location here? Do we put in a production facility somewhere else? Through the course of talks with the ownership here at the dealership, we all know that moving forward, that the supply of new vehicles is very low right now. And this used to be the big used bike showroom back here.
Really?
Yeah. And we had so little inventory that this became a huge warehouse to just stack stuff in. Right? So what ended up happening was they said, why don't you take over the back area, the used bike showroom, right? And at that point, we'll go ahead and move you in here, and we'll take back over the old space so you can have your expansion. So we went from 1,500 square feet to 3,500.
Yeah, it triples.
Yeah.
Triples like that. So then you have the chance to build your own bar again.
Yeah.
And do all the woodwork and things like that, which is his passion. He was a home builder for years, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
How cool was that?
That was awesome.
Blank slate, right?
Blank slate, yep. Yeah, that was awesome. We, my brewer and myself, and my middle son, who is an Army veteran, actually had some time off. He relocated to the area as well. Us three pretty much put this thing together in about 30 days.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all it took?
It's all it took.
And then it opened in June, end of June.
End of June, June 30th.
What was the response like?
The response was overwhelming. That Friday, we had the dueling pianos in here, and you could not move. It
what we
was
want.
packed. That's what we want.
Yeah,
That's right.
no kidding. Tell me, I'm going to get to the beers in a second because they're out here, but tell me about the space back there because you are brewing upstairs currently.
Correct.
And now you're going to be back in this spot, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So currently we have production of about 26 barrels of beer, which is 31 gallons in a barrel at one time. That's what we have currently. When we move into the new area, which is over here, we're actually going to have 75 barrels of beer in production at one time.
And you'll be able to watch it being done, right?
Yes, yeah. As you see it right now, that's all open. That will remain open. You'll be able to see everything that happens.
That is so neat. All right, so how many different beer recipes do you have?
We have right now on the books about 30. We currently run 12 flavors at one time.
And you put down a few favorites for us?
Yeah, put down some favorites. So.
All right, let's start right here. Which one is this?
So this is Blue Balls.
Okay.
That's our blueberry blonde. Of
course
it is a unique name that one of my first bartenders, she says, let me name that beer because
it's a female.
It's a female. Yep. She says, can I name that beer? Because I called it Blueberry Blonde. And she goes, that's not fun.
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't know if you're going to like it. And I said, well, shoot it. She goes, Blue Balls. And I said, you know what? That is a conversation piece.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, at the end of the day, that is probably the #1 seller out there on the open market because it creates conversation.
I believe that. Tell me about the stout.
So the stout is a collaboration with High Octane Coffee over in Boardman. Joe came to me one day and said, hey, you want to use my coffee in the beer production? And I said, well, let's bring some samples. So we ended up taking his Black Flag cold brew and injected it into a base stout recipe, and now it's High Octane Coffee Stout. It's a 6%. It's like drinking 6% cold brew black coffee.
How cool. And how about this one on my left, your right?
That one right there is our everyday drinker. It's Ball Bearing Blonde. That beer was developed for the Bud Light and the Miller Light drinker.
Okay.
Because when
there
I
are
first
a million
opened,
people that say, I don't want that stuff, just give me a Bud Light.
Right. They're like, listen, I don't like craft beer. Why don't you like craft beer? Because it's too bitter. I said, well, just peas me. So they taste it and they're like, oh my God, this is, I said, it's all how you brew it.
Yeah.
Right? So that beer really is brewed for the masses because being in a Harley-Davidson dealership, let's face it, those guys drink a lot of macro beers.
What, do you have anything else in the lab you're whipping up right now? Or do beers change in the fall? Do you have something coming up?
Yes, we do. In fact, the newest that's going to come out is American Pie. It is an absolute crowd favorite. It's an apple pie ale.
I was going to ask you, pumpkin pie or apple pie? I wasn't
apple
sure.
pie, apple pie ale.
Yep.
It's coming out.
How fun.
Yeah.
All right, the hours here at Biker Brewhouse are different than the Harley dealership, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so give them to us.
Wednesday, Thursday, we're open noon to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, noon to 10 p.m.
Okay.
Sunday is noon to 6. Soon to be changing because, it's football season.
Yeah.
So Sundays we are
games all the time.
We are Browns here, and since the area we're in, Browns and Steelers are all welcome. So it'll probably be later, depending on what time the games are.
2 more questions. Can you eat here too?
Yes. Yeah, we opened up a food trailer. I bought it last July. Opened it up in September. You can come in, sit down. We'll serve you food. You don't even have to go to our food truck.
And I didn't get to ask you about the entertainment over here, the pinball machines and the video games and stuff.
Yeah, the pinball machines are brought to us by A Pirate's Life Pinball.
Okay.
Keith is an awesome gentleman. He brings us in these pinballs. People absolutely love them. He's trying to find the old style pinballs for this market, right? Most breweries, newest, latest, greatest stuff because it's a younger crowd. We tend to draw an older crowd here that absolutely love the vintage games.
And I don't have to be a biker to come.
You
Can I
do
just
not.
pull up in my car and come?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, listen, 60% of our clientele never, ever would have set foot in this dealership.
There you have it. Biker Brewhouse right here in the Harley-Davidson dealership in Austin Town, not too far from Quaker Steak and Lube and Cracker Barrel. And as you said, you can eat in, you can have a drink, you can go outside on the patio too. Larry, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job and continued success.
Thanks.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. So there you go. How fun is that place?
Amazing.
They have concerts outside in the grass, and they take over the whole patio and everything. It's really a lot of
Pinball
fun.
machines were in.
And the beers are pretty good.
That's good.
Really good. So
Coming from you, that means a lot.
I'd like to try the food truck next. That'd be fun. All right, what do you got?
Do you know him? His name's Eric Ryan.
I know him a little. Yeah, not as well as you.
Yes, that is true. I have been able to work with Eric Ryan for many, many years now, but he's been so busy over the past year that we figured we'd take a look at how this summer was because it was such a big deal and what's coming next. Well, my goodness, Eric Ryan from JAC Live. First time on Valley Spotlight,
I know.
my friend.
I'm telling you, I was a little jelly watching this all the time and
Not being on
never.
it.
I mean, not even no kind of volley, no invite at all.
You don't think we spent enough time together over the past
Yeah.
5
No,
years?
I don't.
No?
I enjoy this.
I do too, and a lot of people probably know us from the Sweeney car commercials, and it's been like
Yeah.
literally 5 years for you and me, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah. How did we do this?
I don't know. People ask a lot. First of all, they ask if we're
Yeah.
related to the Sweeney family.
Right.
Are we?
Yeah.
No.
No.
We're not married. We do not know each other in some weird other car dealership world. They literally just called us one day and
We're just the lucky chosen ones.
we are. I still don't know how I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know.
I always said, they like handsome fat faces. Maybe that's what sells cars, but that doesn't ring true with you. Little skinny mini.
Not these days. Anyway, you are. I feel like when I look back at pictures, you keep on getting younger and younger, and I am just shocked by that because the amount of stress that you have been under when it comes to the thing that keeps you the busiest, which is JAC Live and bringing life back to downtown Youngstown. It doesn't matter what concert venue it is, chances are good Eric and his team have played a huge role in it. So you look younger and it's been super stressful.
Well, I certainly don't want to go through the last 18 months that we've all gone through ever again. I can tell you that. And but
How'd you get through it?
we just it was something beyond our control. So many people were affected by the pandemic, but those of us in the entertainment industry and the mass gathering industries, we were the first one to be shut down and the last ones to open. But I've got a great team of awesome employees that work with us, and
Makes a difference,
and the entire industry was shut down. So, it wasn't just us, right? So there was a lot of support going on, and we made it through it. And now we're back up and running.
So this past summer for, the amphitheater right here in downtown Youngstown, we're sitting sort of in between the amphitheater and the Cavelli Center. So we figured we'd wrap up this season, and how do you get the acts that you get? Are you personally friends with all of these people? Because it feels like you are sometimes.
Well, I've become, over the years, I've been doing this for now 22 years, I've become friends with a lot of the agents and managers and artists. I got to play golf with Darius Rucker on Sunday, which was pretty cool, but that only happens over a long period of time. But you know how we do it? We've been able to do it because of the support that we get with the shows that we do have. A lot of people think that we get, we probably get 10% of the shows we offer, in all of our facilities. If a tour is out there on the road, we're probably making an offer for it. Now, sometimes they don't want to play, they want to play Cleveland or Pittsburgh. And the biggest misconception is people think, well, you're going to, it's perfect because they're going to stop through. No. When you're talking about 4, 5, 6, 7,000 seats, they're going to play one or the other.
Right.
If they play Youngstown, they're not playing Cleveland or Pittsburgh. Or if they play Pittsburgh, So, but we're able to do it, and we've been able to build so much momentum because we have so many success stories to tell. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, an agent and a manager, they want to put their artists in a position to where butts are going to be in the seats and people are going to watch them. And so, I know that's a long way to get there, but the truth of the matter is we're able to do what we do is because people that are watching it are buying tickets, and that's what we need them to do. And so every time they buy tickets, we can then go out and tell people, hey, we sold this much, that we did that. It's all about success stories.
And you have lots of them. So I'm not going to ask you what your favorite act is over the whole career, but this favorite act for this past summer. because I feel like this summer is one of the biggest ones we've ever had, most important because of the way that we came into it.
Well, that's tough because, this is, we typically wanted to have maybe at the amphitheater 6 to 8 national acts a year. We thought that was the sweet number. We've had 11. And unfortunately, due to COVID, we had a couple cancel on us.
Right.
Counting Crows would have been a fantastic show. Little Big Town was ready to sell out. But, Styx was an amazing show. The Beach Boys, of course. I mean, but I have to tell you, the Nelly show was something. It was a party. It was amazing. It was a diverse crowd. It was everything that we wanted, and
it was record breaking.
Yeah.
How many people were here for that concert?
Yeah, about 4,500 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were right at capacity, and
when you see that, Eric, you started. You worked in the steel mills.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of did, concert promotions. You worked in the bar and restaurant industry on the side. You've raised 3 amazing kids, and to look at all of that, you're a good friend. He's a good husband, good dad, good business owner. You're good at all of it, and you started at the steel mills, and look at now. We're in a place where there used to be one, and you've transformed it. Sorry to be a big head or an even bigger one.
No, thank you.
That's the truth.
You know what though? People that work on our team, I say if it doesn't excite you to look out and see people just getting away for a day and making memories, and everybody has their issues, but there's one thing that entertainment does. It brings people together. And that is by far my most proud moments, is when I look around. And I think because it's so much more than me, it's our team. I mean, we have an amazing team. But just look around and say, hey, man, look at these people getting away for the night and enjoying themselves. And to me, about making memories is what it's all about.
Oh, I don't think we could beat that. No on Market Street in Boardman on that one, but give people the website to see upcoming shows, because the things that are coming at the Cavelli Center are amazing. So tell them how to order tickets from you and your whole team.
Yes, please always get your tickets from Ticketmaster. Please, please, please always get your tickets from Ticketmaster. And go to cavellicenter.com or the Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater.com. You can also go to JAC Live and see our shows that we do. We're expanding to really all over the country now. So come check us out and make sure you buy your tickets at Ticketmaster, and come down and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Eric. Good.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Finally, Valley Spotlight on you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's cool.
He is the best. We've been friends with him a long time.
Right.
JAC Live, they take care of so many of the concerts and different kinds of performances around here, so look them up.
And Jennifer Brindisi works for him too?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, he didn't tell me that.
Well,
go figure.
It's a big part of the good things happening. All right, when we come back, raise your hand if your kid throws away their lunch or brings home all of it and never even eats any of it.
I can't raise my hand.
Oh.
But Mark takes care of it if that's what you've got in your
Yes.
house. And Pesto's Test Kitchen coming up next.
Well, Ducat not only sells the product, but we service them. We have parts and service support for every machine that you buy at Ducat. You are purchasing a machine, it's eventually going to break or need work, and we are here to do that. You don't get that from an online sale or a mass merchant. They just don't have the ability to have the parts and the service. We send our mechanics to school every year. We have 2 Briggs & Stratton master service technicians. There are not many in the country, probably less than 5,000 in the country, and we have 2 at Ducat. And we also have gold certified steel mechanics and numerous certifications in parts and service for every brand that we carry.
So let yourself go to Ducat. Let yourself go to Ducat.
all the fun when it comes.
I don't think so.
To all of this fun that is happening when it comes to back to school for our children. Mark, thank you for taking it so seriously.
My pleasure, because we're all going through it together.
I know. It gets a little bit stressful. What are they going to eat when they're in the classroom? We want to make sure that it's good and healthy, and that
we want to control as much as we can control.
That's the truth.
We really do. We want to control our kids' nutrition as much as we can because we don't know exactly what's going into the school lunch programs, school breakfast programs in today's times, with bulk food and economy food and things like that. So if we can control a few of their meals a day, that's better for them in the long run.
Yes, it most certainly is. All right, what are we making today?
So
and
we had some
easy
chickens.
Is it going to be? Because it better be easy or I'm not going to do it.
It's easy. A little bit of chopping. This is a good Sunday night. Maybe as adults we have that glass of our favorite wine while we're doing all of this prep, like Julia Child and Jacques Pepin.
Nothing wrong with that.
We roasted some chickens. They're going to last us the whole week. You're going to make a wonderful chicken salad. Kids like chicken breast. We hid the chicken thighs in the pot pies. Chicken thighs and pot pies. That should be a t-shirt. All right, I like it. So we're going to make a great chicken salad. This is a take on Waldorf salad, the old famous Waldorf salad, but we're going to try to pull back some of those calories by not adding the whipped cream into it. So we're going to use yogurt.
Okay.
Great probiotics, so go ahead and scoop all that in there. We're going to add some mayonnaise. Now, if you don't want to use mayonnaise and go straight yogurt, you can just keep it with straight yogurt. You can use low-fat yogurt, Greek yogurt, whatever you like. You can use fat-free mayonnaise. You can use olive oil mayonnaise.
I just had mentioned that, and he said sometimes it turns a little green.
It has a little green hue to it. That's fine. So go ahead and add all that beautiful picked chicken breast.
So perfect.
Isn't it? Nice, fresh, came from Lamppost Farms. Now we're going to add some celery because, kids need a little vegetables.
They most certainly do. The fiber is good.
It is. It's great.
This is nicely
and
fine.
Celery juice is one of the best things you can drink. You like pistachios, you like pecans.
I like
Add
both.
a little bit of both.
Okay. A little bit of both?
Or as much as you like.
You know me. If I see these little things, I'm just going to
Go ahead, dump it in. They're in there. Go
right.
ahead. Put the pecans in there as well. Kids love apples. It's a great snack after school, so it gives them a lot of great energy. So add as many or as few apples as you want.
I'm not going to put all of them in there.
Okay.
This isn't the lobster rangoon segment.
Go ahead and add some grapes. I have those grapes, whether you have black grapes, just make sure they're seedless grapes, okay? And instead of using sugar, I love natural sweeteners, whether it's agave nectar or a little bit of natural honey. Put a little bit of natural honey in there. We're going to add a pinch of salt. And the great thing about this, instead of buying this at the local deli, we are controlling the sodium as well as the ingredients. So we're just going to put a pinch of salt. Okay, just another pinch of salt. I'm going to add some black pepper, just a little bit, because again, this is for the kids, and that is going to be a great take on Waldorf salad. While you're getting that together, I'm going to start the mac and cheese, okay?
And what child, I would like to meet them that doesn't like mac and cheese?
They do, but
Even
they also
my baby
need
girl
some
likes-
protein, so we're going to add some chicken to that mac and cheese. And as the kids get older, you can do some great things with the chicken. You can make it buffalo chicken, blue cheese, you can do a lot of things. So a little bit of olive oil, because olive oil raises that cooking temperature a little bit. We're going to add some butter, because we need a little bit of butter in our mac and cheese, of course. I like to use unsalted butter as a rule, because unsalted butter, again, we control the sodium. So we're just going to get that happy. I'm going to add a little bit of flour right now, because what we're doing is we're making a roux. A roux is a combination of fat and flour cooked together. We want to cook out that flour so it's not pasty until it almost smells a little bit nutty. You want to constantly stir it.
I smell some nut.
You smell some nut? And now we're going to add, you can add milk, you can add half and half cream. I'm adding some half and half to give it some great body, some great richness. And then it's up to you what cheese you like. We have a lot of cheeses. We have Velveeta.
I don't think I've ever met a cheese I didn't like.
To me, mac and cheese has to have the Velveeta base. So we're going to add that Velveeta.
It gives it that nice
It does.
creaminess.
I like
Really
American cheese too.
Yep.
And then we can kick it up from there. I have a combination of sharp cheddar, aged cheddar. We can cook this up. You're going to stir that together until it melts together and gets happy. And once that's done, you have this great, what we call cheese sauce.
This is what this turns into?
It is. It is.
This is beautiful. This is very
And we're going to
nice.
add some pre-cooked al dente pasta.
Pre-cooked al dente. Oh,
So
all right.
boiling salted water. Put the salt in there. You want to make sure the salt's in there. Cook it to the time on the thing. On the package, add your chicken. We're going to stir that up. Now, a great thing too is, if you wanted to make this, if you have some celiac disease in your family, if you have that kind of situation going on, you can go with a great gluten-free pasta. There's a lot out there that you can choose from. And just don't add the flour. Let it reduce down a little bit more. Just add the cheese.
That's it?
That's it. So we're going to stir that together.
Okay.
You're going to put it in your casserole, which is right in front of you.
All right. Which is right in front of you,
Yeah.
Lauren. He's making this very easy on me. Because he
put it in
knows
the
the school
casserole.
year is going to be stressing
And the
me
great
out.
thing about this is, if you want to make one of these or 3 of these, you can put them in your cooler, in your freezer, pull them out, and use them at a different time. 375 degrees. You know, sometimes kids like, you know, a little bit of Ritz cracker crust on top with a little bit of butter. Sometimes they don't like that. My kids just like it plain. So we don't do the Ritz cracker thing anymore. We just do it plain for them. Bake it 375 until it gets happy. When we come back, we're gonna make some wraps. We're gonna make some naan. We're gonna finish up some chicken noodle soup, and we're gonna make some some surprise snack boxes for after school.
That's the part. It's like when you've gone through the entire day of their school day and they get home and you're not ready for dinner and they're hungry.
They're hungry.
They're starving.
Even if they've had breakfast, even if they had lunch 2 hours ago,
they're
coming
hungry.
home because their brains are on fire. They have all this information. They don't know where they're going in school. So they're hungry, they're anxious. Let's make them happy after school. Let's get them a snack and prepare them for dinner. But let's make sure that snack is nice and healthy.
And not an Oreo cookie?
Exactly,
Mama, can I have an
exactly.
Oreo cookie? Can I have a cookie? Can I have an Oreo cookie? No, Sabina. You can have some mac and cheese and this amazing salad.
Yeah, exactly.
That
So
even any adult would be lucky to have this.
I know. It's a great salad.
I'll
You can
say
eat that on its own. Put some lettuce or toss it with some lettuce. You can put it into a wrap, which we're going to do, and we're going to see. You can put it on top of naan. You can put it on a bagel. You can put it any way you want.
People are going to put it.
Exactly.
They're going to love it too.
Exactly.
Okay,
So-
stay with us because this is going to be like it's
Great
gonna be
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah.
How's this going?
Well, we're getting happy.
I was just going to say, is it happy yet?
I love Emerald Lagasse.
No.
That was his famous line. It's always going to be Emerald's line. We're just going to make it get happy.
Can I just take that one to go?
You can take that one to go.
Okay, we'll be right back. I'll tell you, they come up with some great ideas. Stay with us. More of that in just a moment. But first, right now we're on the patio, but soon it's going to be basement season. And there are some basements that are just simply above the rest. Mike and our good friend Kelly Warren catch up to show you one that's going to leave you thinking for a while.
Welcome to another edition of Home Advantage. My name's Mike. This is Kelly. There are basements, and then there are basements.
Right.
Am I
There's a
right?
difference, yeah.
I mean, just from the floor up, from like the nature stone type floor, all the way up, and all the cool stuff they have in
Yes,
there.
yes.
So neat. You want to talk about some of the stuff?
Let's talk about cool
Everybody's.
stuff.
I know everybody at home is looking at this.
Yes. So we are talking reclaimed gym floor from the old school built in 1919 here in Brookfield.
Old Addison School. So this
Yeah.
is like a 100-year-old floor.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when they were getting rid of the school, these owners went over and reclaimed the gym floor and have repurposed it as not only a wall, but the bar top and everything too.
So neat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting all the varnish off from about 60 years of the
I don't want that
custodian doing that every single summer?
No.
That's just part of it.
Yeah, but think about the memories and the time and just, how unique it is and how cool it is to have a piece of that history.
Yeah.
So when you're making your spaces your own, why not really put some love into them and use some cool things and,
Right.
and make them the space you want them to be?
You're not taking the wall with you when you sell this place, are you? No, she's saving
The
it.
wall stays.
And then we just found out about the nice lady that lives here about the fireplace, too.
Yes. Yeah, the stones on the hearth were also from Dad or Grandpa's
Family
house
generations.
too. Yeah. So it's like little pieces of history in the house and things that make it their own, you know. I sold a house one time where their front door to the house off of the front porch was an old church door. It was a humongous door.
Really?
It had to be 10, 11 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, so just, as you're kind of creating the space that you want, you can put all these cool little features into it. Like, why use drywall everywhere when you have some other options to really make it a neat space?
And if you don't like the way yours looks, Ohio State and Pittsburgh Steelers stuff wouldn't be so bad, right?
Right? Or Browns.
Or
I
the
don't know.
Browns. I'm just saying, when I was a kid, these Pittsburgh Steelers things kind of ring home, and then all this Ohio State stuff
Yeah.
is so fantastic. So it's cool to have, it's a great selling point, I would think, to have a lower level or a basement, something like this.
Oh yeah, definitely the man caves have become ultra popular, but additional living spaces, places to send the kids, places to entertain and have a party and get together with your friends to watch a football game or do whatever it is that you guys want to do in your home, these extra warm spaces are a great place to do that.
Right, and I'm sure people out there have seen it, the way things are in the world right now. It's nicer to have small groups of people coming to your house rather than going out to the sports bars and things
your
like that.
close people and have your own kind of little staycations and entertaining at home instead of being out in the world with everybody.
When we taped this, it just became available on the market, so let's tell them the address and where this place is.
New listing at 1020 Sharon Hogue Road, and of course you can find it online at kellysoldit.com. dinnerware.com.
That's right. Make sure you get a look at all the pictures, and we didn't mention the amount of land around it.
Oh my gosh, we've got land, we've got outbuildings, we've got big great rooms and updated kitchens and new roofs, and I mean, it's a house you've got to see.
There you go. Get a hold of Kelly and her team. She has an office in Boardman and a new one in Howland as well. Good job.
Thanks, Mike. You
That's
too.
another edition of Home Advantage. They have the gymnasium floor on the wall.
Who does that?
I don't know.
That's something Fred would be
It's a
able
good
to
idea.
do.
Where's the rest of the floor? I know Fred would have
I know.
made 14 different items out of that
No
thing.
kidding.
For sure.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kel.
Yeah. All right. We're taking our break, right?
We are.
Okay. When we come back, a really cool, perfectly plated.
Yes.
Thank you, Steelite. I figured it would be neat to figure out how they choose
How
the
do they do
plates
it?
in the restaurant and why they pick the ones that they pick.
It's not an easy job.
No. So we'll have that for you after this.
A to Z Dependable Services now offers walk-in tubs and showers in as little as 1 day. Let us create a safer bathing experience in your bathroom or the shower of your dreams. Call A to Z Dependable Services today for a free estimate or visit us online at onlyatoz.com.
We are back on Valley Spotlight at the front patio. What do you call this? You have a cool name for
Yeah,
it?
the front patio.
Oh, that's what I
Mike's
thought.
never been to my house, so this is
Yeah.
my excuse.
It's
It's our
really
show,
fun.
right? We can do what we want.
Really fun. I know, it's wonderful.
It's nice to have you here finally.
Yeah, working from home has a whole new meaning,
Yes,
right?
it certainly does. But when it comes to going to restaurants and going to some of the nicest places around, Steelite seems to be always a part of the equation. And for the people who have to figure out what to do, it's not easy.
Yeah, so I pulled aside the people that make the decisions to find out more how they pick the Chinaware that we eat off of. Time now for Perfectly Plated, and I thought this would be interesting. We're in the office of Melissa Chambrone, and she is the Food and Beverage Director for the Grand Resort and all the Avalon Golf and Country Club properties. Am I correct? That's
You're
right. Which is not an easy job. But since we were talking about Steelite the other day, and we were talking about the different plates and bowls that you see in our restaurants, and luckily Steelite's got this giant catalog of things you can use and buy, but it's your job to pick out what people see on the tables, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how often do you typically do that?
A couple times a year I get some specialty plateware in, but we change our lines usually about once every 5 years just to keep up to date, keep products new, fresh. But yeah, at least a couple times a year I'm going to the showroom, I'm checking out what they have that's new, some specialty items, things like that, yeah.
Yeah, and now is the time to do it for which of the properties?
So currently we're buying a new plate line for our Buell Country Club and our Squaw Creek Country Club. So we're getting ready to put a whole new line in, plates, bread and butter plates, bowls, the whole shebang.
Do they have to match the other ones at the different places, or do you allow to just kind of do what you want?
We kind of just do what we want. We kind of keep it fresh everywhere. So you might see one plate at the Grand Resort, but you might get a different plate at the clubs.
So this is kind of a selection of what you were kind of looking at from
Yeah,
Steelite,
yeah,
right? Okay, so what are you looking for?
Okay, so when I buy a plate, first off, I'm looking for white. We use a lot of white plateware in our restaurants. It's kind of like our signature thing. I know some places use color, like these ones, but I look for something that has a little bit of detail on it, just nothing to take away from the food itself, because when we plate our food, that's obviously the center of attention, but I like a little bit of extra
Pizzazz.
Yeah.
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 To it. How much is function versus fashion in this case?
For me, it's about a 50-50.
Okay.
So I like things to be very pretty, but it also has to be durable and lasting and work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about durable in a second, but
Okay.
is there one that you're kind of eyeing right now, and tell me why?
Yeah, so this line here is the rattan line. It's a royal porcelain.
Okay.
Rattan, and I really like this one. The detail is just, you can see it. From a distance, you really can't, but it's just, I think, a beautiful design. I also I'm torn between bloom and rattan right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you looking for like rectangle ones too and all
yeah,
that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So that goes into the whole thought process. So Rattan doesn't have a rectangle, they have an oval, but Bloom has this beautiful rectangle plate, so I'm really torn on which one.
And then
to
in
choose.
your mind, are you thinking what food would go in each style of the plates?
Absolutely, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about the durability then, because I'm getting from you that Steelite has something really cool inside their plateware.
Yeah, so what Steelite does is, well, first of all, they have their own line of stuff too, and then they use other suppliers, but one of the really cool things that they offer in a lot of their plateware is like a metal-like component that's mixed in with the ceramic or the porcelain that makes them more durable and less likely to chip or break or scratch, which is great when you're loading them up on a line in the kitchen. You know, there's a lot of wear and tear, so
this doesn't
really
make you
helps.
nervous when I do
Not
that?
at all, no. You'd be surprised what happens in the kitchen.
Yeah, no, I know. And you go, and restaurants go through plates a little more frequently than people think, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Steelite, you were telling me, is just a godsend to work with, right?
They are so easy to work with. I really love working with Steelite. Everybody I've worked with from years ago to now, they've all been great, so. Yeah.
All right, so keep an eye out for new plateware, and they do glassware, and they do the silverware and all that stuff too, right?
They sure do, yeah.
But you're just worried about the plates and bowls for
Today
now.
I'm worried about plates and bowls, yeah.
When will we see them, you think?
Well, we're hoping to have our order in by the end of the month, so you should be seeing them in the next 8 weeks.
I know it's a big job. Thank you for taking time out to work with us.
Thank you.
There you go, a little inside the scenes ideas and things when you're talking about Steelite and the different plates and bowls and things that you see in the restaurants. There you go. It's always like,
She's amazing too.
No, she's
got
wonderful.
a great eye.
Absolutely. Thank you, Melissa.
All right, you and Mark had made those chickens, and now Mark and I are figuring out what to do with the chicken that we can incorporate into our kids' lunch. And wait till you see this. Even your kids will eat it. I promise.
Oh, I hope so.
promise. My goodness, Mark, you make this look way
I don't know if
easier.
I make it easy. I'm a little bit organized.
You are very organized, and you have a lot of just great insight when it comes to making things that people are going to eat and presenting it in a way that is appropriate for the people that
Now,
we're
I
trying
had some
to
help.
get it
I'm
to
not going to
eat.
lie. This is kid tested, kid approved.
Right.
Because we talked to the kids last night. My wife, Melissa, Adriana, and Bentley. What do you guys like after school? What would be easy for you? You know, we did a yogurt parfait in the last segment. We're going to do some snack boxes for after school.
Because they're always hungry.
They're always hungry.
Or snack boxes that you could send them
or
as
soup.
a lunch.
So soup, you know, I made that great chicken noodle soup, and again, I put the noodles on the bottom. You pour the soup over the top. You put this in the refrigerator for the kids. They come home, they mic it, they put it into a bowl. They have soup in 2 minutes.
Right. You and Michael made this just a few weeks ago.
We made a few weeks ago, and this is great for winter.
The idea is to make these things last.
To make them last all week. And this soup will have a shelf life in your refrigerator as long as you have a good temperature in your refrigerator. If you're noticing things are going bad on you, make sure you get it calibrated.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put your kids in bad health.
No, we
All right?
don't.
So also what we want to do is, we have this, we have the yogurts. We're going to make some snack boxes for after school, or they can take these to school.
And look at how perfect these boxes are.
Yeah, you can get these. I'm going to be honest with you, our favorite online retailer has these.
Amazon?
Amazon.
Okay.
So we got these on Amazon. There's no BPAs in these. You can use them over and over again, and it's compartmentalized. So as you can see, we have peanut butter in the cup. This could be peanut butter. This could be almond butter, cashew butter, because great source of protein for the kids. A piece of fruit, whether it's a great plum or an apple or a peach or half a banana, and then Lauren, I'm going to let you build because we got some other protein, some other veggies, because again, we need our kids to eat veggies.
Yes, we most certainly do. Okay, I'm going to start with Sabina's favorite, which are the cucumbers.
The same with Bentley and Adriana.
Right?
They love the cucumbers.
They love them, and I can't help it.
So maybe the ones that don't have the peanut butter will put a hard-boiled egg, and if they want to put some salt on it, they can put some salt on it themselves.
You know what I find it very interesting that Sabina has no problem eating a hard-boiled egg.
So what do the kids like to dip their veggies into? Because when I was growing up, my mom, we didn't have ranch dressing as available.
We did not.
So those celery sticks went right into peanut butter
every single time.
You know, I don't know if kids still are down with that in these times, but maybe they are. But we need to get them to eat more vegetables. That's why I snuck the kale in on this chicken noodle soup, because they need that kale. It's got a great source of antioxidants. But we got to be, same way in the last segment with Mike, we stuck those chicken thighs in the pot pie. So you see how easy that is? We do this all Sunday night. You know, we had the chickens, we prepped for the chickens, we prepped these Sunday night, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you might have to reboot on Thursday and Friday, but you're all set for the week. The kids come home, you know what? Mom, I need a snack. Go to the icebox. Go to the refrigerator.
They're all in there for you.
Did I just say icebox?
Yes,
When was the
you
last
did.
time somebody said icebox?
Welcome to 2019, Mark. We call it the refrigerator.
The icebox.
More on old school culinary talk when we come back in a few minutes. I'm going to put this cheese in here. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
You're super cheesy.
I know. I'm old school. What can I say? My father would be proud right now.
Put the cheese down. RC Compounding specializes in preparing affordable and natural hormone replacement therapy just for you.
I was spinning my wheels before. I didn't know what was wrong, and now I feel I have a sounder mind. You know, I can sleep better. You know, when your hormones are off, your whole body is off, your mind is off. So I feel a lot better. I feel like I can do anything.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
As a real estate investor, I look for sharp agents who really know their market. Agents who do so much business, they can find me the right investment property and sell it for the most money without drama. When I need real estate advice in the Mahoning Valley, I call Kelly Warren. Her innovative marketing attracts hundreds of buyers every month, which creates more demand for your home, selling it faster and for more money. She guarantees to sell it on your timeline or she'll buy it. Call the agent I trust, Kelly Warren, and avoid the drama.
Hey, we're back.
And look at this.
Wow, what a lot of work.
A ton of work.
Not really, though. Not really. If you spend a Sunday evening, you know, the kids are getting ready for school, you're getting your stuff done at home, you and your husband can meal prep for the week, and then Monday through Friday you kind of cruise through the week because you've done all this wonderful prep and all the food is done, all based off of those two
You and Michael
chickens.
started just a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
a few segments ago for us on two chickens.
Two
and
chickens.
two chickens
So we
has
got-
turned into all of this.
All of this. 4 meals off of the 2 chickens easily, maybe even 5 with the luncheon meal, but we got those great grab and go chicken noodle soups that you can put in the refrigerator, take them to your office for yourself, not just your kids, but those are grab and go. You can freeze those, pull them out, so you can make a ton of these and put them in your freezer, pull them out as you need them.
And you never know when those sore throats are going to hit.
I know.
You know what I
Great
mean?
lunch, great after school lunch boxes. You know, getting off the school bus hungry, got your protein, your fruits, your vegetables,
They're always
your
looking
power
for
peanut
something.
butters in there, your cheese. I even made that chicken Waldorf salad. I turned it into a burrito. You can put this for your kid to take to school, or you can take it to work yourself.
You mean you turned it into a burrito?
I turned it into a wrap.
This guy, the Oaxaca guy,
the
turns,
Oaxaca king?
I can't even. What?
So we got that wonderful chicken pot pie where we hid those chicken thighs, chicken mac and cheese.
Can I just can you hold on for 1 second? This chicken pot pie. I'm not a pot pie fan. I'm not. I'm
Why?
really not.
Because you're used to Marie Callender's
That's
out of the
exactly
freezer.
why.
And they're
And
loaded with sodium and too much pie crust.
I tried this and outstanding. Could you
That's
please
because it's
do
made
this?
with, yes.
We're gonna do, okay.
Okay, and then we've got that great, again, chicken noodle soup, those chickens.
And the
Here's the
kale,
salad.
right?
Why don't you taste
All
the
right.
salad, taste the mac and cheese.
Can I make a wrap?
You can make a wrap, so you're going to make a wrap. We're going to teach
This
you
is
old
clean,
school.
by the way.
I don't know. You know, my case is probably going to be jealous again because this is almost like a burrito, but we're going to call it a wrap. So fill it up with a couple scoops of that salad. You
Okay.
can do it a couple of different ways.
Now I'm gonna be folding this.
You're going to be folding it, and I can do one too. Hand me that back.
Oh.
So we'll do it 2 different ways because we'll do it the Chi-Chi's way and we'll do it the Mark Canzonetta New Age way. Okay? So ample
So I
scoop
get
of that
to do
beautiful
it,
Waldorf
I get to do
salad.
it the cheese way. Is that what you're talking about?
You do it the Chi-Chi's way. So you're going to take this and fold it over and pull it back.
Okay. Fold it
Okay?
over,
Now
pull
you're
it
going to
back.
take your wings and fold them into the middle.
Okay.
A little bit more into the middle.
Into the.
So that you're there like
All
that.
right, so it's like a
okay?
little pocket.
Then I'm going to squeeze up and make a pocket and then pull up and wrap and go forward.
It seems
Basically comes to the same thing.
Like, all right.
So after we've done all this meal prep for our kids, I think we deserve to have a glass of wine, go to bed knowing that our week is going to be that much easier. Our kids are going to be taken care of. Great healthy meal alternatives for them. We controlled the salt. We controlled the chickens. We controlled all the ingredients. Lots of fruits, vegetables, antioxidants, probiotics, the whole 9 yards for our kids to have a healthy first week of school going forward through the school year.
I don't think you could have checked any more boxes off that list of parents that we want. Wow, Mark, just unbelievable stuff.
Thank you.
And cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to
and here's
all
to
of
our kids having a great school year. God bless them and everything else that goes along with this school year.
Sabina's starting kindergarten.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
That's, you know.
He used to feed me when I was so sick when I was pregnant with her.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
And what chicken broth makes everybody feel good.
And that's the truth.
That is.
And now you can have it no matter when it hits. It's ready to go.
Yep.
So thank you,
If you
Mark.
take a few hours on Sunday night, you're going to save yourself a lot of aggravation and grief throughout the week.
Keep it going. Bistro 1907 and Oaxaca is coming your way. So, Mark, thank you.
And more in the test kitchen.
Yeah,
We've got some great things coming up.
Unbelievable stuff.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Heels is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza's Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
Papa Canzonetta's Peppers, recipe established in 1975. A family secret is now yours to share with the people who add spice to your life. Choose from mild and hot versions, plus our famous original blend too. They're the perfect punch for any dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got the recipes to prove it. Just follow us on Facebook, order online at papacans.com and pick your peck. papacans.com, order 6 jars or more and qualify for free shipping. We like it hot. We're glad you do too.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight. We saw Molly, and now you get to meet Rufus.
Here, show yourself. Oh, yeah.
Part of the reason that Uncle Mike's here is to meet Rufus today. So we're doing the
worth
show from my home.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to go places that feel like home and make your family and friends feel like home. And that is what Rust City is all about, especially when it comes to our little ones.
Raise your hand if Sunday school was something that you remember fondly. Raise your hand if you're now a parent hoping to instill faith in your children. And maybe raise your hand if you haven't found the right place for your whole family to understand God. If you're raising your hand, this one's for you.
I know a lot of people see Kids Church as childcare, but we see it as an opportunity to lead our next generation to Christ. And so we do a lot of hands-on activities, games, object lessons, science experiments, anything to pique their interest so that they're learning and growing, but they're also having fun, because we want them to know that their relationship with Jesus, their faith, their time at church doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun all the time.
You see, at Rust City Church, they understand that giving our children a safe and responsive place to learn is a priority. Taylor Irving took a leap of faith to take on the task.
I chose to leave my full-time position as an occupational therapist just because I felt God was calling me to this position. I love being at Rust City because it felt like I got to come home when I got here, and so now I get to help lead the next generation towards their new possible. So it's a pretty cool gig.
Every detail within their classroom space has been designed to encourage learning about life and about God at every age.
We pride ourselves on being clean, safe, and fun. And so if we're not doing those things, then they really can't move forward and pay attention and learn. And so we tried to map out the space so that it was safe for them, that they could come in and be comfortable and have fun. And so it's nice and clean for them so they can pay attention and learn and do what they're supposed to do while they're here.
Laura Jacob is a mother of 3 and has been attending and participating in Rust City events from the beginning.
We've done a lot of life here. When we came here, I was pregnant with our oldest, so all of our kids have been born into this family. And so it's just become like a really tight-knit group of friends, and we've just grown to have such a great bond with this place. It's not just a church to us, it's like just part of our everyday life.
As her role within the church has grown, so has her children's. And for their son Maverick, the growth has been remarkable.
have one child who has special needs, and they've always made him feel very comfortable. There's been a lot of interventions made, and even to the point that, you know, he feels so comfortable participating in a Sunday service, he volunteered a few weeks ago to pray for everyone on the microphone. So he just has been able to really flourish in this environment. They've made him feel very welcome and comfortable.
Welcomed and comfortable. That is the goal. And so far, so good at Rust City Church.
I am always blown away that I actually get to serve in this position. It's an honor to be able to help teach them and help them grow and make sure that they feel loved and safe when they're here and that they get to experience Jesus in a real way. We strongly believe that our kids don't have a kid-sized Holy Spirit or a kid-sized faith, that they can be at the same level as our adults, and so we try to engage them and educate them and show them what's possible. That just because they're little people doesn't mean that they have little potential, that there's a lot that they can do. There's a lot that they're capable of, so.
Tell you, if Sunday school was like that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know.
So nice, and the people are so well trained, and they're unbelievably kind. So rustcity.church is their website. I've watched some things, Mike.
Yeah.
It's, you know, gotten me through some interesting days.
Oh, good.
From their online stuff.
And that's
really
their whole mission, their whole goal, right?
It is.
Yeah, really good.
Stay with us because we have an update on a good friend of ours.
True.
And somebody that everybody's a fan of.
And it really all started with salt, with Himalayan sea salt. That's where it all started, because of a patient who came in and told me about the benefits of salt therapy, which is inhaling Himalayan sea salt, an aerosolized Himalayan sea salt. And I found that my patients were having fantastic results using salt therapy, and I wanted to know, how could I incorporate the Himalayan sea salt into products that would benefit the sinuses and the skin? And that's where Salt Me was born.
We are back on a lazy Sunday afternoon. One dog sleeping over there.
One dog's over here.
Right.
Uncle Mike's right where he should be, finally.
I'm wide awake.
Hanging out.
Yeah, here we are on the couch. I didn't mean to disturb you. Sorry about that.
Rufus the doofus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Joe Augustine.
Yeah, I don't know
Such a talent.
People knew that he had a stroke back last October, and he's been working his way back. Finally back at the piano, and we caught up with him the day before his first little show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. Here you go.
Whoa, hello.
Aw, look. Listen to that. Joe Augustine's back, everybody. He's getting warmed up for his big show. I have a couple of questions for him. Take a break real quick.
I'm gonna take a break right now.
All
How
right,
you doing, Mike Case?
I am good.
I'm more excited than words can express. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It makes us stand up and pay attention. You know, it's like, wow, what are we really in this life to do? Well, in plain English, I can't explain what I do here. I just love it. It makes me feel relevant. It was a gift from a higher power. Okay, and for me to give that gift back, I have to play in front of an audience. It's great. So through COVID, all of that time, you know, like everybody's all, you know, complaining and this and that. But it really, I spent days, hours, and months just honing my skills further and understanding new material and finding ways to hopefully even further captivate an audience.
Was there a time where you thought maybe I wouldn't be able to do this anymore?
No, I wouldn't go there. I would not let my brain go there. I felt that it was a break, not a welcome one, but it was a break, and you know, the world needed to get straight again, and there we have it, and now we're ready to jam.
We're going to jam at Gatsby's on Wednesday nights. Is it every Wednesday night, or how are we going to do it?
Every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And please, all my friends and all the people that we haven't met yet and prospective friends, come out and say hello. Look at this room. It's fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
What better place in the world? I'm so fortunate to be a part of this establishment, where it be a small part, but I am.
Make your reservations now, 330-856-1900. Want to play us out?
Absolutely.
All right, take it away. Well, there he is. He's there on Wednesdays at Gatsby's, open to the public if you'd like to go to the Grand Resort, have some great food, listen to the show.
I'm so glad to see this.
It's supposed to be background music, but he's so good, it's
Yes.
never background music.
It
so.
is such a performance. He's amazing. So
Yeah.
thank you, Joe, for being such a good friend of ours over the years.
What a great dude.
My
All right,
gosh.
that's it for this show.
That's it. Do you want to take a nap with Rufadoof
Kind
now?
of, yeah, I kind of do.
I know.
There are many ways people can watch this program,
So
right?
many ways. We
Mhm.
try to make sure you can find us pretty much anywhere. If you have Roku, you can download a whole channel about us. If you go to valleyspotlight.com, everything is there. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and maybe someday we'll do TikTok like young people.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Do you think that'll be fun?
Yeah.
All right.
And keep the stories coming. We see them. Don't
We
think
do.
we're ignoring you. I promise you we see them. We're going to get to them. It just takes some time. I mean, look how long it took me to come over here.
Right,
I don't know how
like
long.
a year.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been a year.
You should invite some more people over.
I should.
I'm
More
just kidding.
people
All
for
right.
Rufus.
When I was a kid, Evel Knievel
Big
was
deal.
the coolest. Jumping stuff at Caesar's Palace, tried to jump over the Snake River in Colorado or whatever, breaking all his bones. They had this little toy. You could get an Evel Knievel on a motorcycle, and then you'd wind it up and it would just shoot out. So that's our retromercial for today.
Well, that fits into the show just because you like it.
We had the bikers, the Biker Brewhouse.
I'm sorry, that makes sense.
See?
I
we bring it all the way back.
Bookend.
Have a good Sunday, everybody.
What a jump! Evil's riding the amazing stunt cycle. That gyro power sends him over 100 feet at top speed. Loop-de-loop! And he's not through yet! Into the dragster. Evil's super sprint car with built-in drag chute to slow him down. What a hope! And now, the Sky Cycle. That daredevil death-defying supersonic skyplane on wheels. And here he is on the super cool chopper bike. With the power that can really rip. He's sensational. He's Evel Knievel. He's a knockout. He's ideal.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.